Howdy everyone, 104 checking in once again. I've got a fresh pint of Guinness that's just settling down, so I'll put that one to one side while it's doing that. And while it's doing that, I'll show you this little bit of ass end kit that I've been mucking around with. Now, a couple of people, actually it was on the actual campsite itself, asked me about some of the tech that I've been using in the vehicle. And here's an example of it. Here's an example. Now, over the winter, last autumn and winter, I've been using this monitor with a Google TV dongle stick, call it what you will, and it was absolutely great. I had this on bracket that would just sit on the back of the headrest in the vehicle. Since I've gone off grid more, I've found that this is rather thirsty. That combo is rather thirsty on the old electricity. So I've moved it out of the vehicle, and I've now put a little tablet in there instead, which should be far more frugal with its use of the juice. Anyway, rather than let this go to waste, I put this monitor on an adjustable stand so I can use it as a quick monitor I can latch together if I'm mucking around with a computer. And also I put a Chromecast on the back, an old Chromecast that I had knocking around, to turn it into something useful that we could say take away to a camping pod or something like that. A small space that needs a little bit of entertainment, or indeed if I take the vehicle somewhere and it's got an electric hookup, I can take this little monitor. So the monitor itself, okay, it's a Lilliput. I don't think that's a bad make. It's not a well-known one. Now, I think this screen would have been something like an EPOS screen, electronic point of sale screen, or perhaps a monitor device for, say, a broadcast, high quality sort of camera. I don't know, but I bought this one on eBay. It's £20 in an auction delivered, so I thought that was pretty good value. And yeah, it's a few controls down the side. It looks like it's got an infrared pickup there, but I've tried one of these universal remotes. I've gone through the whole number of codes in it. Nothing makes it work, so never mind. I'll just have to use the manual buttons on the side should I need to make any adjustments. So yeah, it is actually a 10-inch screen, this particular one. Now, it doesn't really matter what screen you use to a certain extent. I'm just showing what I've done to save this particular one from probably going into landfill. So yeah, I've heard some people say actually, oh, this TV that you sold me, it's not a 32-inch TV, it's a lot smaller than that. And then they go and post up a picture of them like that. It's measured diagonally, guys. Okay. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's have a look at the back. Okay, this is white and that is black. It'd be better if that was a black stand. I had this one already. All it is a tablet stand. This was a few quid from one of the local discount stores. And I've got a cable tie through there. And I've picked up some fixings off I think they call it the Visa bracket. And that holds that totally snug on the back without doing any drilling or anything like that. Sweet ass. And it's height adjustable as well, and obviously it's adjustable in that plane too, so that's great. What attracted me to this monitor as well, 12-volt input, which is jolly good for vehicular use. And yeah, the other main selling point is, as is for any of this sort of kit that you're hoping to repurpose, it's got HDMI. That makes life a lot easier if you want to do anything like this with it. It's also got some sort of mini DVI input as well. Don't know anything about that. But once you've got HDMI, you can turn something that's dumb and pretty much useless into something that's smart and useful. It's a gateway to success. It's that HDMI. So yeah, this has actually got an internal speaker. Pretty crap one actually, but good enough for small spaces. Now, there's a bit of a problem with some of these Chromecasts that the way it works basically is that you can't choose to output your audio other than the device itself, unless you do something fancy with HDMI breakout or something like that. So I am reliant on that speaker. So in a bigger space, I'd have to do something, perhaps break that speaker out and mount a 3.5mm jack in there so I can break out the audio. On some devices, I only ever really tried the Chromecast and Google TV. The Google TV, you can pair it up with the Bluetooth speaker, so that eliminates that problem immediately. So just be aware, it's a little bit fiddling around to do sometimes with the audio if your device hasn't got decent built-in speakers or audio output jacks. An XTV or a lot of the monitors, they've got better speakers than that anyway. But some monitors got no speakers at all. So that would be awkward to get any audio out of it. Anyway, let's look at the wires. So we've got obviously HDMI going into the Chromecast. As they deprecated these Chromecasts somewhat, that you can't do as much as you used to be able to do with them. You can still cast up apps to them, including YouTube, BBC iPlayer, ITVX, and all that type of stuff, and it works perfectly well. And you can use your actual mobile device, your phone, as a bit of a remote control. So still works, even though they've taken some of the functionality away from it. So the micro USB, actually with the original lead that came with it, it's a fair length, and that goes to the USB-A, which obviously can go into your standard sort of wall converter or whatever, or into your power bank, your jackery type thing, whatever, and away to go with the power for the Chromecast. And so I've broken out the 12-volt connector there into this decent length lead with a cigarette lighter plug on the end of it, which is fused. Also, you can go into your jackery type thing. Other manufacturers of power banks are available for that purpose, or obviously into the vehicle itself, or I have actually got an adapter that would allow me to power this off of the mains. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. It works actually really quite well, apart from that limited sound output. That's a nice little TV monitor, I should say, and I can use it as something of a smart TV with the Chromecast. So I haven't tried it with anything like the Amazon Fire Stick, because I don't have such a thing or anything like that. All I've got is Google TV. It worked really well with that, and it also works really well with the Chromecast. So there we go. There's an example of some of the ass end kit that I use when I go away or for testing purposes in the home. I only ever use ass end kit because some of the environments I go to, the vehicle is damp, things get knocked about, etc. I'm not going to use expensive stuff, and this is perfectly good for the job. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Now my pint of Guinness has settled down, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, everyone.